Today is the big day. We have the finale of the Marlin After Show, and we've got an amazing show planned for you. So, all that and more, we're going to get to it right now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Money, 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 money. How many Marlins do you think that you can say at once?
Like a good 3.5.
I would say 4.
I don't know. I feel like we've said at least like 12 straight. Like money, 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 money. That's like a lot of Marlins.
But it's almost like you like when you like it's almost like saying your money. You're saying money.
Yeah, you're saying money like after your fourth one.
Money, 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 money. Right.
I told you that sounds like a strong 3.5.
You know what? You're so right, guys. Hey, guys, what's going on? I'm so excited to be here with you today.
Absolutely.
I'm your host, Miss Katie Marie, and you can find me on Instagram at Miss Katie Marie and on Twitter at Sweet Kendor TV.
Hey guys, I am Chae Jones. You can find me at Real Chae Jones on Twitter and Instagram. And for one last time, love Chae Butt on Snapchat.
What's up, guys? I'm Shannon Clark. You can find me on all things social media at I am Shannon Clark.
Yes, and Miss Franceli's in the building. What's up, girl?
Hey, y'all. Sally hang out here. Follow me on all things that Sally hang out.
And ladies,
wait, what happened? I'm on a delay.
it's okay, boo. It's
all
okay, boo.
good.
Well, you know what, guys? We're here, and today is the finale for season 1 of one of the funniest shows on
I
TV.
know.
Hands down.
But don't be sad, because this show was so funny that it has to come back.
Oh, no, it's coming back.
It's coming back.
Speaking into existence.
I am.
Yes.
Yes, and speaking of coming back, we want you guys to come back with us next season as we discuss this phenomenal show, because we're going to speak it into existence.
Yeah.
But for right now, we have a contest that's been going on all season that Miss Chae Butt is going to talk to you about.
So guys, today is the last day. You have until the end of, our after show here to join in on it. So you can either win a t-shirt or a cast photo signed by the cast of Marlon, or Legends of the Mantamaji by Eric Dean Seaton. Guys, all you have to do is go to iTunes, give us a 5-star rating, and leave a review. And one of these amazing prizes could be yours.
Yes, it could be yours.
Yes.
And not to mention, it's signed by the cast members, the entire cast.
Right. I wish I could win.
I want to win. Can we win, Chae?
Yeah.
Season 2. Season 2. We're
All
going
right,
for season
All
2.
right, don't sell us no dreams. Now, let's get into episode 9, Appropriate Marlon. Now, how is that possible? Is it really possible for Marlon to actually be appropriate?
No, the whole title is an
No.
It's an oxymoron.
It is an oxymoron.
Just
It
the
really is.
title. They don't go together. Appropriate Marlon.
And Marlon, like, that's not in the same. I know, Sally, you said hell no. What does that mean, babe?
Hell no. Like, I had to make Marlon, I had to use him with his own vernacular. You feel me? I had to get back at him. Because like, he's always over the top and ridiculous. So when is ridiculousness really appropriate? I don't know.
Especially now when you're trying to get into like a club of elite people.
Oh my gosh. But I have to say, I think that this is the very first time all season that I've seen Marlon somewhat appropriate.
Right.
Like, I thought that
True.
Marlon was going to screw this up for Ashlee, but he didn't.
He didn't wild out until the end. You know, he actually, the whole episode, he's helping Ashlee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's helping her, but those lies, though. Come on now. On Diana Ross.
Bring your auntie Diana Ross.
He's a space cadet. Zach's a
He
space cadet.
got into a fight with Morgan Freeman, right?
Yeah, and a fight with Morgan Freeman.
Yes. But I mean, I think, Marlon always means well, though. He tells these ridiculous lies and he's always so extra, but at the end of the day, he always means well.
Right.
But I think the message that we've received more than anything throughout this entire episode was that it's so important to stay true to yourself.
Absolutely.
I mean, we might be in situations where we feel that we have to be a different person or conform because we're around a certain group of people, but that's just, thank God I don't have that problem. Stay true to me all day.
Right.
It's something I have had to learn, but I love all my quirks, and if you don't, I don't need you in my life. Simple, plain.
So has any of you, Sally, I want you to definitely to jump in on this as well, but have any of you ever felt like you needed to change who you are, to fit a group or, to be a part of something ever in your life?
Ooh.
I wouldn't say I changed. I just showed a different facet that's already in me. I'll say that. Because where I grew up is like more projects. So a different town is very white, richy, middle class. So I actually, just talk proper. Like, it's not like I can't talk proper. I just choose not to most of the time where I'm from. So they'd be like surprised. Like, they couldn't believe it.
I learned at a very early age to adjust. Not change, more so adjust. I was raised in the inner city. Yeah, I was raised in the inner city. I played street football and hung out in the hood all day with my friends. But my entire life I went to private school, so I had friends who came from terrible situations where I lived. But then I went to school and I was my best friend in school, one of his his parents were like CEOs of hospitals and all this thing. So I'm not gonna lie, there is a pressure to conform, but you just gotta it's something you learn, it's something you learn. And we as Black people, we are forced to be actors and and forced to try to mesh and turn and to adjust in every situation. But I think staying true is key
because you are enough.
Yeah.
You as an individual are enough.
Yes.
Sally, weigh on this, babe.
It's one of those things I have to really piggyback off of Shannon. In terms of, I think, definitely for colored people, it's a different amount of pressure to quote unquote code switch, because me acting a particular way will come across ghetto but if someone of a different shade would act the same exact way, it would not come across that way, unfortunately. So I have had to adopt William Shakespeare's all the world's a stage and all its men and women are merely players. Depending on the environment, depends on the performance. And that's just what that is. And I had to stop beating myself up about that. And there's nothing wrong with that, because the way that I would speak at my job is not the same way I speak when I kick it with my friends and we're having a bottle of wine. Like, it just is what it is. Right. But the through line in Marlon that I appreciate is that, yes, he is unapologetically himself. And the reality is that although the marriage didn't work out, ultimately she didn't try to change him. And that's why she had to walk away. And I think that's a beautiful thing to take note of, that Ashlee's character said, this is who you are. And I just got to a place where that no longer fits into my puzzle, and I would never try to change you. And I think in relationships, a lot of people think, oh, I can change them. And that's not what it's about. You got to love people where they are. Yes. And so this is who he is. And maybe one day Marlon will find someone who can match him and that puzzle piece will fit. But in the meantime, in between time, we love watching Marlon and Ashlee go at it.
Yes. And I'm so glad that you said that, Sally, because you're right. Like, oftentimes we always see, Ashlee telling Marlon to kind of tone it down, but it was just so nice to see him be that support system for her, where the roles were reversed, where she felt like she had to change who she was, and he was just like, all you have to do is stay true to yourself. Just be who you are, because you are enough. You don't have to front. One character that we did see in this episode kind of stand out and show more of his culture side was Stevie.
Well,
I think to a certain extent we've always kind of felt like there was more to Stevie than meets the eye. He's not just the friend that sleeps on Marlon's couch all the time. He talks very, articulate. He seems very educated, but he was actually put into a position where he was really able to show himself. So let's talk about how Stevie's character kind of came out a little more in this episode.
He speaks French?
Yeah, he speaks French.
Fluently.
He can sing. He was in an a cappella group. Little troublemakers.
Little troublemakers.
Trouble. The trouble was also Marlon's all-key singing, but that's just...
I think it was also interesting to see how Yvette responded to Stevie's culture. All of a sudden he, when you show a certain side of you, you're more appealing. He's sexy, or ooh, he culture. He's speaking another language. That was interesting for me.
But I'm definitely low key thinking season 2, Yvette and Stevie are gonna hook up one day.
Listen.
Blew it.
Oh, Stevie, it could have happened if he could have paid that bill.
Right.
She was hooked. She was ready. But what I did not like was that the only reason why she was hooked and she was ready to jump on the bandwagon was simply because he was a good look for her.
Right.
You know, like when has Stevie ever been a good look for her? When she wanted those tickets, he was a good look. But he was just a good look because she wanted to fit into that environment. And because he could fit in, that's kind of why he grabbed her attention.
But that's the thing. Season 1 is too early for them. So, like, they have to do the push and pull.
Yeah.
You know, it's a sitcom, of course. But it's like you think of Friends, you know, like Ross and Rachel. Like, eventually, they're going to get together. That's
Eventually,
how I feel.
yeah.
We're going to keep seeing, like, little episodes of, like, that same thing happening. Like, oh, maybe. Oh, nah. Oh, maybe or nah. And one day it's going to be like, yeah.
I think go ahead.
I was going to say, to piggyback on what Sally said, is because most women have that mindset, and the fact that he seems like he has something to bring to the table. Now I'm interested. Oh, he has money. He has a nice job. But how come you couldn't like him when he didn't have those things?
Right.
How come you couldn't like him when he was low, but now he has something? You're just like, oh, my attention's there, and this, that, and the other.
I think it's human nature.
Yeah, it is human nature.
I think it's human nature. But for me, before I inadvertently cut you off, I was gonna say how at the end of the episode,
inadvertently cut off.
I'm showing my versatility. You know what I mean?
Stay true to who you are, Shannon, girl. Let them know, girl.
Well, when I had cut you off or whatever. No, I'm just playing. But towards the end of the episode, where everybody loosened up and started being their self, it was hilarious. And I think it goes to show, like, they was holding it in. You know what I mean? It's so exhausting. Faking.
And it's so uncomfortable.
Yes.
It's so uncomfortable. I want to reveal just a little bit about myself, and then we'll move on to episode 10. But for me, growing up as a multiracial person, I never really felt like I fit in. You know, I didn't fit in with the black people, and I didn't fit in with the white people. I wasn't black enough, or I wasn't white enough. And what I realized over time was, you know what? I'm just going to be me. I'm just going to stay true to who I am. If you like me, you like me. You have to get the good with the bad. Like I am just who I am. I don't have to be a black girl. I don't have to be a white girl. I'm just going to be Candy. Right. Straight up, point blank. And I'm so glad that Ashlee finally realized that in today's episode, just who you are. And it was just so refreshing to also see those other people that were perpetrating reveal who they were.
Faking the funk, as Marlon would say.
You know what I'm saying? We had the baby mole rats. You know what I'm saying? In this episode.
This dude was from like Harlem or something. Like, how you hold that, Sally? How was he able to suppress that New York? Because y'all can't do it.
Look, I don't know how he did it.
He did it, though. He did it. But at the end of the day, people, listen, we want you to understand that all you have to do is be yourself. You alone are enough.
Yes.
Thank you so much, writers of The Marlon Show, for including that message, because I think that's something that we can all take away. You can just be yourself. Yeah. You know, forget society's standard of what you have to be. Stay true to who you are.
Renji is on point in the chat. Sorry not to cut you off, but Renji just did pound only you can be you.
Ooh, say it again. I see you, Renji. You know, and then we do want to extend, you know, our this offer to all of our viewers. You know, please continue to, you know, to add us and be a part of this conversation, because we do this for you. You know, this show would not be what it is without you. So thank you for continuously supporting us throughout this season. And if at any point in time you want to weigh in on this conversation, Shannon, she got you. She'll be the voice for you for today's episode.
Also, one more thing I think we can take away from it: perfection is a myth. There is no such thing as perfection.
Good stuff.
So that's one of the messages. Besides just staying true to yourself, perfection seriously just doesn't exist, and you shouldn't want it to exist, because if we're all perfect, what would we have to look forward to?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you are your own definition of perfection. Like, who creates that perception of what perfection is? Yeah. You know, who's created that standard? Who are these people?
Who are these people? Or normalcy. Like, what's normal
anymore?
Right. Well, okay, Sally, anything else you want to weigh in before we discuss episode 10?
I'm ready for 10.
Okay. All right.
She's ready.
Episode 10, today's finale. All right, ladies. So this episode talks about Ashlee and Marlon's first date. Now, there were so many different versions.
Right.
What do you think was the right version? Let's kick this episode off with saying what you thought that the right version was, because everybody had a different version.
Marlon was lying. his whole version. I ain't believe a damn thing Marlon was saying, except at the end when he couldn't hold a key.
Okay. Dude is lying. Who's like Mandingo King? Lies. And just the verbiage, Audi 5. Actually, you probably could have said Audi 5000, but like, really? No, you lies. You.
I think that it was a nice mix between the two. You know, I think definitely towards the end of the story that Ashlee was telling that sounded most believable. But I feel like all those little details that was definitely here. You know, he say she say. But I feel like towards the end, I think we got the facts.
I don't know. Marlon might have put a sock in his crouch though in real life.
Actually,
you know what? I could definitely see Marlon doing that.
What about you, Sally?
You know, in college, it's funny. My friend used to always say there's your side, their side, and the truth.
Right.
So I really feel like, there's Ashlee's side, Marlon's side, and then the truth. I think, for sure, there's a blend. There has to be some things that Marlon says there's some truth to it. We all know that he's over the top and he just exaggerates everything. But then Ashlee's way too calm about everything. So I feel like they're just so completely opposite that the truth is a mixture of the two. It has to be.
Right. And one thing for sure, something went right on the first date. Because obviously, because 2 babies and 16 years later, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And it was just so sweet though at the end. Like he actually tried to make up for it. I gave you points for that. You would have got a second date for me for that.
Yeah. This whole episode finale was in the last 5 minutes for me. Like my heart just.
Oh my gosh, hilarious! Like I just could not stop laughing.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I want to extend this out to not only you 3 ladies, but also to our viewers. But what was your worst first date?
I really actually don't think I have one. I don't know about that. I'm just.
Well, girl, you are blessed because Lord,
I seriously don't believe I have one. I really don't. Like I can think of the bad breakups, but I can't think of any of the
worst first date.
We ain't going
Worst
there.
first date.
Then I don't have one.
Worst first date. Do you have any?
It's really not as bad as other people, but I got set up on a blind date by my best friend, right? She's like, oh, this guy, I really think you should meet. He's from Harlem. Harlem dude. Shannon already knows. They're too flashy and extra, right? So I don't know how I feel about this. Anyway, I went on this date. Cool. We sitting there, and he's like, oh, so what are you? And I was like, oh, I don't like telling people what I am because I feel like there's a preconceived judgment based on my background per se. But anyway, I was like, oh, I'm Dominican. Oh, man, I love Spanish girls, so. So why? Why do you love Spanish girls? Well, because they, No, I don't know, because they what?
They was. Please tell me.
Spanish? I don't know.
The short of it is that basically there's this misconception that, Spanish women are like, kind of submissive and they do things a particular way. And it offends me because I consider myself a black woman as well. So what you trying to say about black women? And why don't you date black women? And why don't you prefer black women? So I was like, definitely no second date here because I don't want any man that wants me based on this idea of what a Spanish woman is because I'm going to break every single rule that you think a quote unquote Spanish woman falls into because I'm not that. So I just didn't like that. And for me, call me bougie, call me whatever, but how a man thinks is really important to me. I don't care how much money he got. I don't care what restaurant we're at. I don't care how good looking he is. How you think affects our entire relationship because your looks aren't always going to be there. You're going to be old and raggedy later. So that part.
I'm blessed.
Shannon.
I'm blessed.
No,
I don't have one.
No?
It's crazy. But
No.
you can give us 2 since it sounds like you.
Wait, I might have one only, but it didn't actually end up being a date, so I really don't count it. So I met a guy on Bumble, and we set up a place to meet.
Already scary.
So we set up a place to meet, and I waited 20 minutes. 30 minutes because I was at a bookstore. So I'm just like, I'm good right now. But he never showed up.
Wow.
I said, I was
That
on my
is
way, and he said,
depressing.
cool.
Terrible.
So I don't know if that counts because it wasn't technically a date, but like I'm a little
I
upset
think that
about
counts
it.
as a bad first date.
Okay.
Somebody not showing up.
Well, I mean, you got to, they definitely got to show up for the date to actually occur.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So technically, it was just a no.
Technically, it was a meeting that didn't happen. It was a no-show.
It was a no-show.
So then, no, I'm blessed
It
because
was-
I've never had a
it
bad
was
first date.
no-show. I want to say, let me see. Okay, so Listen, I went to this
When it starts
taco.
like that.
I went to a taco spot, right, with this guy. And when I tell you, this man had halitosis like a
Ooh.
MF. Like, this man breath was so bad. And, like, I don't, like, how do you tell somebody, like, their breath is bad? Like, how do you escape bad breath?
You just
like,
Altoid.
and then he was eating the taco meat and the taco sauce. And first of all, tacos make your breath even worse. So just imagine somebody with bad breath eating tacos. So I just didn't know how to escape it, because technically he was a really nice guy. So he didn't deserve for me to just, like, you know, walk out on a date or to go in the bathroom and never come back. So I really just did not know what to do, because, you know, he was having the time of his life, and the whole time I am just drowning in his bad breath. And I didn't know what to do, how to escape, and it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. I think the date lasted at least an hour.
You didn't have no mints on
You didn't have no
you?
mints, no
I
bubble
didn't
gum?
have anything. And typically I steal all the peppermints out of the Uber card. I throw them in my purse and get like 4 or 5 of them at a time.
TMI.
But for some reason I
Okay.
just couldn't.
She's coming for you, breath mints in the
So
Uber.
hopefully he is not watching tonight's episode, because he thought that it was a great time. And, you know, unfortunately he turned into a friend afterwards, but that was probably my worst first date, because he was such
Pretty
a nice
bad.
guy, but his breath was so bad.
Dang. I mean, we
It
all
was,
got
it was
flaws,
bad.
Candy.
Well, you know what? You're
not-
absolutely right. We all have flaws, and Ashlee overlooked those flaws. One of the flaws.
And if a man walked in with the hairdo Marlon walked in with, I mean, would y'all date him?
But this was 16 years ago. Come on.
Well, you know what? I
Sally.
will say this. I think she overlooked the hairstyle because of how sweet he was.
Yeah.
You know, he was so sweet, and even though Boys to Men couldn't show up this time around, you know, he sung it himself. But it's all good, because he showed up when it counted the most
Yes, he
during the
did.
season finale, when they decided to turn their anniversary into a moment where they celebrate their family. Now, ladies, what did you think when he said, you know what? Just scratch all that. Let's just celebrate our family. Let's celebrate what we've created. That, to me, was such a big moment. It really, like, tugged at my heart. I wanted to cry. I was trying to hold back
Right.
the tears. But what did you think when that happened?
I think that's like when you're always saying like Marlon does like the craziest things, but like he makes us love him at the end, like, and it's that about him. And in that scene, you really just realize like that's why I married you for 16 years, because of that person right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know why I married you, because of this moment.
Right.
Yeah.
And
It was a major moment, because it summed up their whole relationship, and it was, you know, a point to be proven that all of this was not in vain. You know, we've got beautiful kids. You know, what we had was great. We've got memories, and let's just celebrate that.
Right. Right. What they still could potentially have could be great.
I was sad because I wanted him to actually propose, because I'm like, team them getting back together.
Oh, Shannon.
Sally's like, nah, it's not happening.
I'm with Shelly. I'm like, nope.
It's so funny because I was thinking about, you know, this video that circulates all the time where Oprah talks about how there are no mistakes in life, and how, you know, the decisions that you make all become the summation of getting you to where you are in your journey. And I think that that's the biggest lesson to learn from that ending, because it's like, even if you're not married and you don't have a blended family or any of those things, you can relate to at least that part, that every decision you've made and every quote unquote mistake has led you here and has helped you get to a place. So celebrate your life, no matter how bad it's gotten or how good it is. Like, just be really present in celebrating where you are, because that's really important. And so that's what it was. It was about, yeah, we reflected on this past, but let's just be in the present and focus on the beauty of what life is right now. And I think with everything that's going on in the world, that's what it's been really, really reflecting on for me. Like, life could be a whole lot worse. There are people who literally don't have homes right now, and there's just so much going on. And I'm like, I'm so blessed to have 4 walls, you know, shelter, food, clothing, like the basics. So yeah, just be present, and life is beautiful.
Yes, life is beautiful, Sally, and that's why I'm going to call you Dr. Sally moving forward, because you always come through with the gems. And speaking of gems, we have some great gems that we want to remind you about, which is our contest.
Yes.
And Miss Shea Butter is going to update you really quickly one last time.
So guys, one last time, you have until the end of our show to win a signed t-shirt or signed cast photo or you can win Legends of the Mantamaji by Eric Dean Seaton. So you got to go to iTunes, give us 5-star ratings, leave a review, and we will pick today when we're done on the finale of Marlon After Show.
Yes, on the
I'm
finale
excited.
of the Marlon After Show. And you know what? This could not be a finale if we did not discuss our favorite Marlon moments.
Yes.
Sally, let's start with you, baby. What's your favorite
So
Marlon
many.
moment
Oh
this
my
season?
God. For me, I will always live with the clapping. Marlon clapping for me makes me feel like I'm at home. It's so New York. What other Marlon moments do I love? Oh my God, the crying faces with the women, like stages of crying. Oh my God.
Good stuff.
Epicness. But even like at the beginning, the pilot, like I loved like the tent in the middle of the house, like the club and the Starbucks.
Wow,
in the
that
house. Like, I thought that was
It's a moment.
Yeah.
I got when he's giving Marley bully advice.
yes.
Classic. And
yes.
that scene at the podiatrist's office when he thought she was getting that boob job. Funny.
Okay, mine's the Stevie and Yvette showdown, and she's like, you know I'm Daphne.
Ooh.
I have to say tonight's episode, Boyz II Men, I'm sold. That's the winner.
Oh my gosh. When Boyz II Men came out, girl, you know what? I'm not going to say what happened, but girl, just know. I feel you.
They still got it.
I'm going to leave it right there. This is, hopefully no children are watching right now.
So Luwop says him mooning the female at the doctor's office, which is that same Luwop, me and you here, man. Ivan said his freak out at the restaurant in the pilot episode, classic.
Oh, that was classic.
Super funny. And then Renji says, "This what I wanted you to do."
Oh yeah, my favorite line seriously was like, my mama don't even know me and I came out her. That's the best line.
So many great moments. I have to say this, hands down, I feel like this, and I'm not just saying this like from a biased standpoint, but I really feel like this is the funniest show on television right now. I have not laughed this hard in a very long time.
No exaggeration.
I think the writing is great. I think that Marlon is absolutely phenomenal. Bresha, Webb, Diallo, Essence, Atkins. I feel like even the kids, every single person that was cast for this show, they did a phenomenal job. Absolutely hilarious. The punchlines, the timing, everything. For me, I think all the punchlines were absolutely hilarious. Baby mole rats. Like, oh my God. But
y'all look like the last 3 eggs in the car.
Oh my God.
Alimony and heels.
Always, like the creativity, everything to me was on point. But to go back to a serious moment, I think that this is what our society needs, because when you're sending out a message, everything doesn't have to always be so serious. When you're trying to teach a lesson, you can teach it through laughter. And I think with every single episode, even though Marlon is extra and he's crazy and he's, we still were able to pull out a message, a positive image of Black culture and Black family. And to me, that is what means the most. Seeing a father love his daughter, seeing the friendship between two divorced parents, seeing them positively co-parent together, seeing, him talking his daughter through liking boys, showing how a father reacts to that, showing, just the love that they have is what our culture and what our community needs. So all in all, every single moment, I'm absolutely in love with the Marlon show.
Marlon, thank you for the art.
Thank you.
That is you.
We thank you. We thank you.
Awesome.
My goodness, y'all. I'm just I can't believe it's coming to an end.
Yeah.
We do want to show you this. Miss Shea Butter, she went and she got an amazing video of the cast where they're sending you all great messages, and we're gonna show that at this time.
Quick, guys, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
This is Engineer from the booth. Before we show that video, we do have to say goodbye to Celia because we can't do both at once. So
Okay.
let's send off Franceli with a good goodbye. And Sally, let us know where we can find you online.
Yes, of course, y'all. You can hang out with me at All Things Out. Make sure to check out Ashlee Hangout on the YouTube page too to stay tuned on all the things I got going on.
All right,
All
Sally,
right,
we
Sally.
love you, girl.
Peace.
Unfortunately, we have to let Sally go at this time. That brief pause that you heard was we actually had to let Sally go in order for you guys to see this amazing video. So we're actually going to play that right now.
1 minute, guys.
Just
one
give us
more
a few
minute. Just
moments,
give us 2
guys. You know,
seconds.
this is a
Do one
live
more-
show.
one more Marlon
But
moment.
until we play that video, ladies, any last moments that you want to weigh in on?
It's always a great time to turn to live chat. I mean, see what people saying. Reggie says Marlon himself clapped 47 times this whole season. Reggie, if that's accurate, you're pretty good, man.
You counted like you.
Thank you.
Okay.
What's
You know
up?
that's a real fan right there, Renji. That's why we love you, Renji.
All right, we got it, guys. Let's do it.
All right, so we're gonna play it right now.
I love the fans of Marlon because you guys love to laugh and you love, and that's what this show is about. It's about family, it's about love, and it's about laughter. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for making us #1 summer comedy. Thank you for skyrocketing our numbers. Please come back and tell your friends to come back with you.
We'd be nothing without our fans. You guys are so positive always, and we love you. And even though all we're doing is hitting that little heart button, if we could, we would give you all hugs. So come find us in LA and we will hug.
Thanks for watching, guys. Keep watching. We'll be back again. Just keep watching. Give us those ratings. Please, we love you guys. Thank you for watching.
All recorded here at AfterBuzz TV.
All recorded here. That's CD. Thank you, Kevin Undergaro and Maria Menounos.
All right, guys. So before we end our after show, let's do some predictions for next season. What do you guys want to see happen?
Well, I can give you Amir's prediction because he was really funny and cute.
Okay, let's do that in yours.
Amir's prediction for Zach, he wants Zach to get a girlfriend and have a kiss. I'm not joking, and it's the cutest thing ever.
That's adorable.
That is super cute.
Prediction from me, like I said, I still want to see Marlon's mother. I want to see a showdown between Ashlee and Marlon's mom.
Oh, that's gonna be
And
crazy.
The epicness proportion I just know it's gonna be. I can just imagine I know it's gonna be lit. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking to see how
So
Marlon.
we want to meet your mama, Marlon. Where is she?
Where
I want
she
to know how
at?
he reacts to that.
Write it up, Marlon. In addition to that, I guess I would say I want Marlon and Ashlee to become a part of the 38. Was that
38%?
38% club? And I want Yvette and Stevie to have a one night stand. Duh.
You know what? That would be
Actually do want that
hilarious.
I don't want them to be in a relationship. It's
Nobody.
Too much.
That's too much. We
Just-
don't want y'all. We don't want y'all to get serious.
Just a hitter and quitter.
Oh, that's it. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. I definitely want to see them get back together.
Yeah.
And I want to actually see Marlon take it seriously this time.
Yeah.
I want him to really listen to her needs and what she wants. But I don't think that's gonna happen no time soon because
Ever.
it wouldn't be the Marlon show if they didn't take us on this wild journey. Thank you guys for being a part of this journey with us. And
Thank
because
you.
you've been so faithful to us, we have an amazing contest and we're going to pick the winner right now.
These ladies are gonna pick. I'm gonna have each one pick a name
Out of the cup?
out of the cup.
All right, cover your eyes,
I'll
Shannon.
cover it because I could sort of kind of. Jesus, this cup is. Yeah, let me just. Oh,
I was gonna say, that's a deep cup.
all right, do I look at this now?
Wait, she chooses.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for that drum roll.
Okay.
And ladies, who are our winners?
You first, Shannon.
I got Slayed by Psy. Who's Slayed by Psy?
Instagram, she couldn't do iTunes because she has an Android.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
All right.
Well,
And
congrats.
our final winner, congratulations, Slay by Sai. That's your girl. Okay, congratulations to our very first winner. And our final winner is Rinkin998.
Renji, you won!
Oh, Rin. Sorry, I butchered that completely.
Renji.
Rin998.
Renji, DM me on Twitter, Instagram, so I know where to send, okay? And
Yes.
Play by Side, if you're watching, I got you on Instagram later tonight.
Yeah.
And one last time, please let them know what they just won.
So, For Renji, I'm going to give you Legends of the Mantomaji by Eric Dean Seaton, also signed by the cast of Marlon. And for Slay by Sai, you get the t-shirt and the signed cast photo. Thank you guys so much.
Congratulations, guys.
And this is what you call a round of applause.
A round of applause.
Congrats, guys.
Congratulations.
Seriously. Awesome.
We thank you. And you know what, guys? We appreciate you guys for always being here, tuning in every single week and joining us live. We're going to send these out to you and get that all taken care of. Thank you, ladies, also, for just being so awesome and being so dope and taking this experience seriously. Like, thank you. I wouldn't have wanted to do this panel with anybody else.
Oh,
I mean that.
It gets great on the finale.
I mean that. And you guys, please join us next season because we're coming back.
Yeah.
All right.
coming back.
And if there's anything that you want to see us include in our show, anything you want us to add, please just let us know, okay? I'm your host, Miss Candy Marie, and you can find me on Instagram at Miss Candy Marie and on Twitter at Sweet Kendora TV.
Hey guys, I am Chae Jones. You can find me at Real Chae Jones. And the last time here on the Marlon After Show, love Chae Butter on Snapchat.
One more time, guys, it's Shannon Clark. You can find me on all things social media at I am Shannon Clark.
All right, guys.
Bye, guys.
Tune in next season to the Marlon After
Tuning into
Show.
only
the
the end of the road for
destination for
season
TV
one.
super.
What?
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.